Hi, this is Kat White, and in this video, users of Adobe Photoshop will learn how to scan images using a flatbed scanner, separate the images into separate image files, and finally make some basic corrections. To start off with, we're going to open up Photoshop, so I go to my Start menu, All Programs, scroll down to Adobe Master Collection CS5, and finally click on Adobe Photoshop. Wait patiently while Photoshop opens. Once Photoshop opens, then what we're going to do is import the pictures from the scanner. So I'm going to go to the File menu, come down to Import, and then I'm going to choose WIA Support, which will connect me to the scanner. A wizard pops up, and I can choose my destination for the images. And once I have the image destination chosen, I'm going to click on the Start menu. That brings up a choice of scanners. If I had multiple devices, there would be more than one, but since I only have one scanner, I'm going to just leave the selection as it is and click on OK. Now, before I start scanning, I'm going to make sure that the settings for the scanned image are what I like. So I'm going to leave this at color picture, and then I'm going to check on the quality. By default, the quality is set at 150 dpi, that's dots per inch. Those are the little bits of color that make up the picture. And for my purposes, I'm going to bump that up to 300. 300 is what you would normally use for print. Now, you can increase this number to 1200, 2400, and you might want to increase the number to a much larger number. So for example, if you have a little tiny picture that's maybe an inch by 2 inches and you need to scan that, you might want to scan that as something with more dots per inch. But the pictures that I'm scanning will be just fine if I stick to 300. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to click on OK. And the first thing I'm going to do is click on Preview. Now, once I click on Preview, the first time that I scan, I'm going to have to wait for the bulb to warm up. Scanner bulbs operate at a high temperature, and if they don't warm up gradually, they could pop, and that would be a bad thing. So we're going to sit here patiently and wait for our scanner bulb to warm up. So in just a few minutes, you'll hear the noise of the scanner bulb. And then you'll hear the scanner. Okay, and what we get is a rough outline of the 3 pictures that I have on the glass. Now remember, when you put these on the glass, you can put more than one picture, but try to put them as straight up and down as possible. It'll make less work for you later. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the handles at the corner to adjust the edges of my scan so that they are just about to the edges of the pictures, so I have less cropping to do. And that's about where I'm going to start this one. So right about there. And then I'm going to choose Scan, and then wait patiently for the scan and then the images to open in Photoshop. My photos have now opened in Photoshop, and I'm ready to separate the images.